In the heart of Greenwood Forest, where sunlight danced through ancient oaks and meadows whispered secrets to the wind, animals often gathered to share tales and compete in friendly contests. But none was as famous or as debated as the great race between Rabbit and Turtle. Rabbit was fast, blindingly fast. His sleek fur shimmered in the sun, and his long legs moved with the grace of wind through grass. He was proud of his speed, and perhaps, a little too proud. Turtle, on the other hand, was a quiet creature. His shell was weathered and rough, shaped by time and resilience. He never rushed. Instead, he walked with purpose, his gaze always steady and thoughtful. He had lived long enough to know that life wasn't always about speed. One spring morning, Rabbit bounded into the forest square, where the animals gathered. "I'm bored," Rabbit declared. "I need a challenge. Is there anyone here who dares race me?" The animals fell silent. Squirrel shook her head. Fox smirked but said nothing. No one dared. No one except Turtle. "I will race you," Turtle said calmly, stepping forward. Laughter rippled through the crowd. Even Rabbit chuckled. I could nap twice before you cross the first hill." "Perhaps," said Turtle, "but every step I take brings me closer to the finish line." Intrigued, the animals arranged a course. From the forest square, through the riverbend trail, across Whispering Meadow, and up to the old oak tree on Sunset Hill. The day of the race arrived with fanfare. Birds chirped overhead, and bees hummed a low anthem. Rabbit stretched confidently. Turtle stood at the line, eyes focused. "On your marks, get set, go." Rabbit exploded from the line like lightning. Within moments, he was a blur on the trail, leaving dust and cheers behind. Turtle moved slowly, each step deliberate. He didn't look at the crowd. He didn't look at Rabbit. He simply moved forward. By the time Rabbit reached the river crossing, he looked back. Turtle was barely out of sight. Pleased, he slowed to enjoy the scenery. "This is too easy," he thought. "I'll rest for a bit." He lounged under a sycamore tree by the river, ate some berries, and watched the clouds. Minutes passed, then hours. Rabbit, feeling a nap coming on, said aloud, "I'll just close my eyes for 5 minutes." Meanwhile, Turtle reached the riverbank. He didn't panic. He simply observed. The current was gentle, and a fallen log created a natural bridge. Slowly, step by step, Turtle crossed, his shell shimmering in the afternoon sun. On the other side, he didn't pause. He climbed the trail, past the fragrant meadows, and began his ascent toward Sunset Hill. Back by the river, Rabbit awoke with a start. The sun was lower. He leapt to his feet and raced ahead. "I've still got time," he muttered. But as he sped past the meadow, his confident smirk faded. There, near the top of the hill, was a small, steady-shaped turtle. With a burst of energy, Rabbit charged up the slope. The crowd gasped. The finish line was only meters away. Turtle moved without fear, his eyes on the goal. Rabbit was a breath behind. 10 feet. 5 feet. But then, just a step from the line, Rabbit tripped on a root hidden in the grass. He stumbled, flailed, and in that 1 second, Turtle crossed the line. The forest erupted in cheers. Not for the fastest, but for the steadiest. For the one who never stopped. Rabbit sat up, stunned. Turtle turned to him with a gentle smile. "You ran well," Turtle said. "But sometimes, the race isn't about speed. It's about focus, patience, and never giving up." Rabbit nodded slowly. "I underestimated you. And maybe, I overestimated myself." From that day on, Rabbit was different. He still raced, he still loved speed. But now, he trained with humility. Sometimes, he even practiced with Turtle, learning to balance energy with endurance. The race became legend in Greenwood Forest. Not because the slow beat the fast, but because both racers grew. The lesson echoed through generations. Fast may lead, slow may follow, but only the wise reach the finish with honor.